What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I want to talk about a pretty big what if, and that's mainly just because of recency bias, but it was reported at the trade deadline that obviously the Nets and the Rockets had talked about Mikal Bridges. We kind of did a video on this before, but there's something different about this one. There were some talks that the Nets tried to, or the Rockets tried to swap Jalen Green and maybe their draft picks to get Mikal Bridges in return, and the Brooklyn Nets said no. And since the trade deadline, of course, the Brooklyn Nets have not been very good. And on the other hand, Jalen Green has been absolutely phenomenal. He's been so damn good as of late. So the Rockets were ready to give up on him. And since then, he has been just an amazing player. He's been very, very good. So it truly does make me wonder, what if the Brooklyn Nets would have accepted this hypothetical trade idea where they got Jalen Green back in return and their draft picks, and what kind of better spot this franchise could be in just from the trade deadline. Let's talk about it. We're going to go back in time. We're going to actually make that trade happen. We're going to build around Jalen Green on the Brooklyn Nets. And yeah, this should be a very interesting video to say the least. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. So it's unclear to me whether or not the Nets offered Jalen Green and their draft picks, or just Jalen Green for Mikal, or all the draft picks for Mikal. It's unclear, but imagine if the Nets were, I keep reversing it. Imagine if the Rockets were offering both, and you're actually Sean Marks. Yeah, Sean Marks, the Nets GM, and you said no to that. Makes no sense to me. Not sure why. I know that there's a vision, I think, for them to try to bring a superstar in, because they do have a lot of good role players, don't be wrong. If you bring a superstar in, maybe that team becomes interesting. But I don't know, man. If you were offered a trade like this, I know Jalen Green wasn't doing anything special yet at the before the deadline. At least I don't think he was. He's been phenomenal lately, though. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this trade happen. We're gonna go back in time. We're obviously not actually back in time because I'm way past the trade deadline. But if you turn off trade deadline, it still lets you make trades. So let's pretend that we were at the trade deadline and this trade had actually happened. So the Nets are getting all their picks back, plus Jalen Green for Mikal Bridges. That's what we're doing here. So we're going to go ahead and make that trade happen. Again, I don't know if that actually would have been the case if both things were on the table for Mikal. If they were, and Sean Marks said no to that, he's an absolute idiot. But whatever. So Jalen Green is now a huge part of what we're about to do here, which is awesome. Now, one thing I want to do is make sure his shot tendency is through the roof, because like I said, he's been so damn good as of late. He's just been a damn good player. I know Şengün's injury has helped give him a little bit more usage. We do have Cam Thomas and him that are going to be very interesting. Kind of same. I don't know if I want to call them the same type of player, but obviously they do similar things. I am going to go ahead. I'm going to have to fix something. So Schroeder's a starting point guard. Jalen Green is starting 2. I guess it really doesn't matter. We suck anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Although I think it would make sense to start Dorian Finney-Smith. So we're going to move Dorian Finney-Smith to the 3. That way Cam Thomas doesn't start. I think he'd be better off the bench in this scenario. But either way, he's going to come in and get buckets. So Jalen Green, Cam Thomas, easily going to be our bucket getters. From there, we got to build the rest of the roster out. But Jalen Green and all of our draft picks back, what a better start this could have been to reset the franchise. I do wonder if this was actually on the table and if Brooklyn said no to this. If they did, they must feel pretty silly right now. Today's video is brought to you by DGF's Optimizer. If you're playing on apps every day, such as Prize Picks, Underdog, etc., you definitely want a tool like this to help you find you good plays without having to do zero research. So how it works, it compares discrepancies across multiple sports books. For example, there's a good example on the board right now. Jalen Brunson over 32.5 points plus rebounds. Every book has it at 33.5, while Prize Picks is slower here and it has it at 32.5. It's just like if you were buying a car. It's like, if you were going to go buy a car, where would you go buy it? Probably where the cheapest place, the place that's offering it the cheapest, right? Which in this scenario would be Prize Picks, 32.5 on Jalen Brunson. So that is how you use sports betting to be profitable long-term. Finding plays like this in this tool, or right here, DGF's Optimizer, can help you find plays like this that quickly, which is why I obviously love this tool. I am a much profitable sports bettor ever since I started using this tool. Absolutely recommend it. Use code Crushables, 25% off your first month if you sign up for this Optimizer. And again, that obviously the apps I'm using it on are such as Prize Picks, Dabble, which we'll talk about in a second. But Prize Picks, use code Crushables and match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. How Prize Picks works, of course, they have all kinds of sports to choose from, all kinds of stats to choose from. They offer all kinds of discounts. Lately they've been killing it with discounts. March Madness, they've had a ton of discounts to work with. So great time to sign for Prize Picks right now with March Madness going on. But choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 players being 3 times your entry. all the way up to 6 players being 25 times your entry. Prize Picks has been a lot of fun as of late with the discounts. I've actually been watching March Madness for once in my life. I've had a lot of fun watching it, not gonna lie. Prize Picks has been a huge part of that. And then the other app, again, that I like is Dabble. Dabble is another really cool app. They actually offer up to an 1,000x payout, which is insane. If you get 12 of 12 correct, which is really hard, obviously. But if you put $1, you could turn it into 1,000 potentially by going 12 for 12. Again, not easy to do. But one other cool thing about Dabble is you can actually copy people's entries with a click of a button. So very cool feature that no other DFS app offers. So you want to sign up for Dabble, use code CRUSH10. They give you $10 literally just for signing up. All links to these apps are down in the description below. Optimizers down there. 25% off your first month. Crushables on Prize Picks. First deposit match up to $100. And then Dabble give you $10 just for signing up. Other than that, let's get back to the rebuild. So, of course, at the end of the season, we did not make the playoffs or the plan, which is no big deal. We have our draft pick back, which is going to be huge. Of course, this video is not necessarily about the Brooklyn Nets today. This is more about Jalen Green and how good he's been. So, building around him is going to be a ton of fun and giving him a franchise. I feel like Houston, obviously, Şengün's probably the best player there. And Brooklyn, we can make him the best player here, although Cam Thomas may have something to say about that. Why does it only say he has 11 games played? That's weird. No idea why. 11 games played? He's definitely played more than 11 games. Not sure why that's the way it is. Whatever. Maybe he was out of the rotation? I have no clue. Whatever. Let's go ahead and see who wins the championship. Knicks, Clippers, and you're going to have the Clippers go on to win it all. Paul George, Finals MVP. Player retirements, Haslam, Kyle Lowry. Got a couple guys retiring. This could be an important first step. Draft lottery time. So let's go ahead and see where our pick's going to end up. So we have pick number 8. So we are going to have our lottery pick back, which is awesome. So we get to go ahead and pick in the lottery, depending on where it lands, and we are going to get number 3. So that's huge. So we get pick 1, or we get pick 3, I should say, not pick 1. 1 goes to Raptors, 2 gets Wizards, and 3 to the Nets. Awesome. And then other than that, nothing else to really look at here. So that's awesome. I'm feeling very, very good about that. Don't think we have any other draft picks just yet. In the future, we will from obviously the Kevin Durant trade. Head coach, they did fire Jack Vaughn. Of course, Kevin Ollie served as the interim. I don't know if they're going to, roll with Kevin Ollie going forward. Of course, this isn't a great head coaching class for, like, real head coaches. So I guess we can just give, like, not that one-year deals are given out very often, but I'm going to give Kevin Ollie a one-year deal to be our head coach again. So we're going to do that and then wait for an actual real head coach in the next year offseason. And if Kevin Ollie makes us good, maybe we just resign him. So I actually have a lot to do with this coaching staff. There's nothing here. So I'm going to fill the rest of this out, and I'll see you guys on draft night. Coaching staff is completely filled out. We do have pick number 3 in the draft. Really quickly, I kind of wanted to see if there was anybody I wanted to move here on draft night. I think DFS, we could trade Ben Simmons. Of course, his contract becomes interesting because it's an expiring salary. I think we'll keep it up until the deadline, and we could figure out whether or not we want to resign him. Honestly, if I was a betting man, which of course you guys know I am, I don't think Ben Simmons is going to play him very much longer. I really don't. The man could just never stay healthy. It sounds like the bat can't hold up. And I feel like his ego isn't going to allow him to sign. I don't know if Ben Simmons really has much of an ego. It feels like he does, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But I just don't know if he'll sign for a very cheap we'll see. We'll see what happens to him. But I'm not sure his career is going to be going on very much longer. Let's even give something for Dorian Finney-Smith. I think he is a 3-and-D wing that would be very valued around the league. I could see a first-round pick being offered for Dorian Finney-Smith easily. Terrence Mann in a second. And I think it does make sense to try to capitalize on that value. So the Knicks want to give me a lot of protected 2026 first-round pick. I think we definitely run with that. Especially if that pick conveys in 2027. We don't know what the Knicks will be in 2027. I think we do this trade. So I'm going to go ahead, do that trade with the Knicks. We get Shake Milton and a 2026 lot protected first-round pick. I'll absolutely take that. In 2027, we don't know what the Knicks will be. So that gives us another future draft pick at our disposal. Cameron Johnson's another player that I wouldn't mind trading away. I think if there was one other player, it would be Cam Johnson. So let's see if I can get something for Cameron Johnson. Of course, another guy who can shoot the hell out of the ball. So let's see if anybody's willing to offer me a first-round pick similar to the Dorian Finney-Smith trade. The Lakers offered me a 2025 unprotected first and Gabe Vincent. Definitely interesting. The Lakers, of course, are going to be searching for bigger stars, I imagine. Although if they did temper on just like some role players, Cam Johnson would be a good start. But a 2025 unprotected sounds... a Pacers Isaiah Jackson 2028 first sounds a little bit more in the ballpark just because I feel like the Pacers... Yeah, I'm going to do this trade. We get Isaiah Jackson in a 2028 first round pick. I'm going to do this trade with the Pacers. I feel like the Lakers having a 2025 first, that pick could be as good as number 3 overall or something crazy like that, just because you don't know what's happening with LeBron. So I feel like the Lakers wouldn't just trade that for Cam Johnson. So we're gonna just trade the Pacers though. So feeling pretty good about those first 2 trades we do. Get some value back on Isaiah Jackson. We had to go get a couple firsts for our wing players, and now it's kind of a little bit of a total reset here. So Cam Thomas, Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder's another guy. I just realized that I wouldn't mind trading away either. I don't know if Schroeder would be worth a first. I could definitely see a second maybe being in order. But let's see if any teams want to offer me a couple second round picks. So Gabe Vincent, I could see a world where the Lakers want Schroeder back. He's been there plenty of times already. First round pick for Schroeder, probably a little too steep. I am going to go ahead and do that trade with the Lakers. I think it makes sense. And then we're going to grab a couple seconds off them. So let's say we got a Clippers second, because that second could be really high. So let's see if they do this. They do. So just like that, Schroeder is going back to the Lakers, and we get a couple of seconds for his services. Feeling pretty solid about what we've been able to do so far. But let's see, we're getting up pick number 3. So number 1 is going to go Cody Williams. Colorado, of course, got eliminated by Marquette, I believe it was. Close game down the stretch. Cody Williams, I think, missed 2 free throws, if I remember correctly. Wizards get Alex Sarr. Alex Sarr is always tempting for me, but since I have Claxton, I probably wouldn't have taken him anyway. All right, so who are we going to take is the question. So we have Nikola. We have Moses, Stephon Castle, Zachary Satcher, Donovan Clingan, Kobe Walter, another guy who was missing a bunch of free throws yesterday. It feels good to actually know about these guys. I actually was watching that Baylor game as well. I don't know much about Nikola. I haven't watched a lot of him at all. Keelan Ware. I know Isaiah Collier used to be good. I don't know how much he is anymore. I feel like I'm leaning towards Nikola, though. We do need a starting point guard going forward. I mean, 6'6" fits the mold of a modern-day point guard at this point. Obviously, you have like Cade, LaMelo, all those guys just super tall at the point guard spot. So I think I am going to go ahead and take Nikola here out of Serbia to be our new starting point guard going forward. So welcome to Brooklyn, my friend. 78 overall. Probably was the right selection. So I'm feeling good about that. So we have our new point guard going forward. Player options, Keita Bates-Diop. We'll accept that. And then qualifying offers. Keon Johnson, of course, will make sure to go ahead and not extend the qualifying offer on free agency. Claxton, of course, big first step to this free agency class. Losing Claxton for nothing would be a disaster, so I am going to go ahead and try to get him back, of course. So we're going to see if he'll sign that. He does. So get Claxton back. That's a good start. We'll definitely, be happy about that. And now we can kind of figure out what else we're going to do. So we do have money to sign another decent player. So right now, we have Nikola, we have Ben Simmons, we have Gabe Vincent, we have Jalen Green, Cam Thomas, we have Dariq Whitehead, we have Keita Bates-Diop, we have Claxton, Isaiah Jackson, Sharp, Jock Landale, Noah Clowney. So first and foremost, we're going to move Clowney probably to power forward, so we'll do that. And then we're going to also move Mr. Dariq Whitehead, he's already at the 3. We're going to move Ben Simmons probably to the 4. We're going to move Ben Simmons to power forward. That way he'll be maybe our starting power forward next year at this point, and then we could sign a shooting guard, I think is where we got to go with this. But yeah, I think we go with that. So shooting guard, or small forward, I should say, is what we need to sign. So small forward in free agency. We have like Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, Hamdou Diallo, THT. Not going to lie, none of these options excite me all that much as far as someone who I want to be starting at the small forward spot. I guess we could bring back Lonnie Walker, who was just here, or Gary Trent. Not sure I want to start Lonnie Walker at the 3. I hate all these options, not going to lie. Sarge, Caleb Martin, Simone. I guess we can give like Simone Fontecchio a contract and have him start at the 3 for a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I think he'd be a fine bridge starting small forward for a while. So I'm going to go with that. So we're going to bring him in. He'll start at the small forward spot for us. And that's how we'll roll. So just like that, this is going to be your new rotation. Nikola, Gabe Vincent, Jalen Green, Cameron Thomas, Simone, Dariq Whitehead, Ben Simmons, Keita Bates-Diop, Claxton, Isaiah Jackson. So I am probably going to stop at the deadline and, see what's good with Ben Simmons. Do we keep Ben Simmons long-term is the question. Again, I think his career in real life is probably cooked. I don't really know how much longer he'll play basketball. But in 2K, he could be a good player as long as he's obviously not making $40 million. That's pretty insane. I am more than likely I'm going to lean towards trading him just because I feel like in real life he's not going to be staying in Brooklyn much longer. But we'll see. We'll see how we go. And we'll stop at the deadline, maybe make a choice on him. No matter what, I think a choice has to be made on Ben Simmons, whether we were extending him or trading him, or maybe we just let him walk in the offseason and call it good, because I don't know how much his trade value would really be anyway at this point. So let's cut one player and we can get straight into next season. I'm going to have to cut you, my friend Jalen Martin. Apologies, but Powering is going to let us 29th overall. So here is your rotation. It's going to be Nikola, Jalen Green, Simone, Ben Simmons, Claxton, Cameron Thomas, Isaiah Jackson, Daron Sharp, Gabe Vincent. So that is your rotation. We do have 2 centers coming off the bench, which kind of sucks. But, I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter that much. I'm not looking to be like that good next season. If we're, decent, that's awesome. But we don't really have our head coach yet. And then there's some other things we could address, of course, that would help out a ton. So I'm going to send both these guys to the G League, though. Other than that, I will probably see you guys at the end of the season or again at the deadline, like I mentioned about Ben Simmons. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully this team is at least interesting. I'll see you guys when I see you guys. So Nikola comes out and wins Rookie of the Year, which is awesome awesome start to his career, which is nice. That gives us hope going forward. Actually pretty solid stats from our 3 best players, but did not lead to many wins. 25 from Jalen Green, 21 from Nikola, and 21 for Cameron Thomas. So yeah, plenty of scoring, which I'm very happy with, but did not lead to many wins at all. Like, there is a little bit more adjustments we can make in the rotation, of course. So I'm not, like, that upset yet. But 14 seed in the East, we're going to be in the lottery once again, which is totally fine. We get to keep adding young pieces to this team. We hit big in this last draft, of course, with Nikola Topic, or Topic, however you say it. And then you got the Knicks going on to win a championship this time. They lost the Clippers last year. This year, they actually win. LeBron James goes to Detroit and retires. Interesting. All right, once again, another huge draft lottery for us. So we do have projected pick number 2 and projected Phoenix's pick as well. So we have potentially 2 lottery picks in this 2025 draft class, which is nice. So let's see if we can get this shmoney. We got number 3. That sucks. Back-to-back number 3 overalls. And then what else? Do we have anybody else's pick in this draft is the question. Don't think we do. Not that I'm seeing. So we have 10 and 3. Not bad. Kevin Ollie, the team was not very good, so I am going to move on from you. So, what do we got? We got Joe Mazzulla, Jason Kidd, Frank Vogel, Billy Donovan, Jenkins, Will Hardy. I'm going Will Hardy. I feel like he'd be the best, player or best coach to get for this rebuild. So, I'm going Will Hardy to be our head coach going forward. Now I go to draft night. So, on draft night, pick 3 and 10. Let's see. So, we have 3, 10. We have a couple early seconds. So, that Lakers and Clippers pick from that Dennis Schroeder trade turns into 2 and 5. Not bad at all. I'm absolutely happy with that. Can we package 2 and 5 to move up into like the top 30 is the question. Let's see if I can move it over to like 25 or something. I can get, that's 27 in the second round. Let's see if I can get up to 21. I doubt it. We're going to try anyway. I'll even offer this 13th pick. What do you say? They say no. So 21's off the table. Let's go for another first. 19. So obviously if we can't get 21, we're not getting 19. 27 again. That's in the second round. We get 27 from the Pacers, maybe? Yeah, so we move up quite a few spots without trading a future first. Let's go to pick 3. So we obviously have Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey going off the board. I think we have to take Dylan Harper here. Although I'm not sure he's the best fit. He's easily the best player available. So I'm going to go ahead and take him to start this draft. And we have pick 10, like I said. Dirk, Hugo Gonzalez, Damian Sarr, VJ Edgecombe, Rocco. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go with this because... Okay, I think we go Edgecombe because we don't really have a small forward right now. So I think Edgecombe would be the best player to, obviously address that. And then Xavier Booker, Richardson, Unique, Florin, Jalil Howard. I'm going to go ahead and take Booker here with this selection. So Michigan State, power forward. Welcome to Brooklyn. So just like that, we come away with a pretty solid draft class. I'm actually really happy with what we were able to get. So player options, Tariq Whitehead and Noah Clowney. Going to accept both of those. And qualifying offers, Isaiah Jackson, Cameron Thomas, Sharp, Jacob Gilliard, and Jalen Green, all free agents. A lot of money we're going to have to spend. I think we have to choose between Isaiah Jackson or Daron Sharp, of course. I think one or the other we're not re-signing. But other than that, free agency. Tatum is a free agent. Of course, we're going to go spend a bunch of money on him, but I am going to re-sign. Ben Simmons asking for $23 million. You're absolutely out of your mind not giving you $23 million. So, of course, we're going to start this off with re-signing Jalen Green. We're going to re-sign Cam Thomas as well. He's going to ask, it's not bad for like 6-man type money. I'm actually happy with that. So I'm going to sign Cameron Thomas back. I think between Isaiah Jackson and Daron Sharp, I think I'm going to go Daron Sharp, just because they're the same height, but he's asking for a little bit less money, I guess. So we're going to go with that. Then Ben Simmons we can renounce. So I'm going to renounce pretty much everybody here. And then we'll see what, we have left over. So we're going to renounce all those guys. Got everybody back that we wanted. And then we have a little bit of money to spend. We could bring back Ben Simmons again, which I'm not doing, of course, like I said. Hardaway, Sam Merrill is a free agent. Okay. Let's see what we can do now. So we have all these young players. I don't know if all these young players are really going to fit together. I honestly think I want to make a consolidation trade already. So don't know where that's going to come from, but we can go ahead and do some things here. So Gabe Vincent, probably not going to be here much longer. Nikola Topic and Dylan Harper as our point guards is interesting to say the least. I'm going to move Edgecombe to the small forward. He's 6'6", so he'll be able to, handle it. So we're going to go that route with him. Dariq Whitehead hopefully will progress enough to be good. Clowney Booker. So our power forward spot is non-existent. Our center spot is great, of course. Power forward is where we lack the most. So I'm going to take a look and see if there's a power forward we could just be aggressive for and trade for right now. I think it's pretty clear and evident the power forward we should try to get is Jaren Jackson. I think he'd be someone who fits the timeline very well. We could use some extra defense over here anyway. Obviously, of course, a former defensive player of the year. He makes a lot of sense in my opinion. So I am going to try to trade for Jaren Jackson here. And bring him in. I think he'd fit perfectly like a glove for what we need going forward. So let's go ahead and start the talks with Gabe Vincent and Jock Landale's contracts. Obviously, those are not the assets they're looking to get, but we'll start there. So lottery protected Knicks pick has no value. Our pick probably has a ton of value. Do I trade my 2026 unprotected? That sounds like a crazy gamble, but it could be a gamble worthwhile. I'm going to be willing to offer Noah Clowney as well. Dariq Whitehead, I would prefer not to move, but if I have to, I would. So let's see if we can do it. I'm going to try to keep my 2026 out of it. I think that's a little bit of a too risky of a gamble with someone who's on an expiring contract. 2027 Brooklyn pick and this pick with the Sixers. So something like this, Gabe Vincent, Landale, 2 firsts in the future. Clowney, they say no right away. If I threw Booker in there, does that change anything? No. I think what about this Knicks pick? Nothing. Okay, and then what about the Sixers pick? They still say no. I'll give you this Pacers pick. What do you say? No. All right. This Suns pick. No. Okay. I'm doing it. I will throw my 2026. Can I protect it? It's still 3-star if I protect it. So what do you say to that? 3-star pick. I'll throw you this Suns pick as well. It's 2-star. I still say no. This is a lot to give up for Jaren Jackson, but I think it would be worth it. They still say no, though. Do I have to unprotect this pick for them to say yes? Unprotected? Nope, still not doing it. 2nd round pick, they still don't want any part of it. Damn, Jaren Jackson would have been a great fit. Okay, all good. They were buying at the moment, so maybe we just start Clowney. We might stop again at the deadline. I think we'd stop at the deadline and make a trade. I think that's what we'll do. I think this team is going to be interesting. Again, I don't love the fit of Harper and Nikola. I'm not really sure how that's going to go. But we'll roll with it, see how it works. Got plenty of guys progressing, which is nice. Don't really want to start Clowney next year, but for now, we're going to have to. Jaren Jackson, again, was someone we were going for heavily. Hopefully at the deadline, some power forwards become available. We can make the move. I'm looking for a defensive-minded power forward, of course. Jackson at the top of that list. Was not able to land him at this moment. But that could change with time, so we'll see if it does. And then we can go from there. So do I have a 2026 draft class I can load? I do not. So let's load this draft class, and we have a new head coach. We got, obviously Dylan Harper now. I'm feeling pretty good about what this team could potentially do next year. Not really sure if it all fits very well, though. Power going to land us 27th, which is to be expected. 3-star balance. There's just too many young guards here, I think, for my liking. So Nikola, Jalen Green, VJ Edgecombe, Noah Clowney, Claxton, Cameron Thomas, Dylan Harper, Simone, Sharp, and then Gabe Vincent is not getting minutes. Okay. I'll give it a chance. We'll see how it goes. More than likely, I said I'm stopping the deadline to make a move if I can. So I'll see you when I'm at the deadline. We are stopped at the trade deadline, and exactly what we wanted has happened. Jaren Jackson has become available. They are selling. Again, he is at the top of my list as someone who I think fits perfectly for what we need. So I'm going for Jaren Jackson once again. Another one I was kind of considering and thinking about was Scotty Barnes. I think Scotty Barnes would actually fit really well here as well. But I'm going to start with Jaren Jackson just because I think he'll be much easier to get. So let's go ahead, go to Jaren Jackson, and let's see if we can get him. So, again, I'm going to have to offer like Gabe Vincent's salary. Hopefully I can just get away with like Landale's salary, and then we'll offer like Dariq Whitehead or Noah Clowney or something. So I'll offer Simone instead. So let's see if we can do something like this. Do you have a couple minimums? No, they have like no minimum contracts. Oh, this is going to be tough. Hardaway, this is going to be a tough one to do. And Bethea or Pippen. Okay, they could do Pippen, who's just sent to the G League. So, all right. Gabe Vincent, Jock Landale, Simone, Scottie Pippen, Tim Hardaway would be coming back to me. I'm doing this because I'm, If we get Jaren Jackson, I am gambling that this team will turn around. Our pick is 3-star and protected right now. Our 2027 is unprotected. The 76ers pick is pretty good as well. Let's see if we can just leave it at that. 1 first-round pick for Jaren Jackson. Actually, I think one more would be in order. Let's do that. So 2 unprotected 2027s for Jaren Jackson. Of course, Scottie Pippen has a no-trade clause. What kind of stupid stuff is that? What about Lonnie Walker? Too much money, of course. Why would it not be? How much was Pippen making? 4.5. Oh, this is going to be tough to do. Vince, I don't want to take Vince Williams from you, but he's the only one that really matches the salary. We're not interested in this trade. We're getting closer to them saying yes. They agree. Vince Williams is someone I didn't really want to take from them, but you know what? Not a bad throw-in. So, Vince Williams and Jaren Jackson, welcome to Brooklyn. We can move Jaren Jackson to power forward. And now we have our rotation nice and ready for us going forward. So, Nikola, Jalen Green, VJ Edgecombe, Jaren Jackson, Claxton, Cameron Thomas, Dylan Harper, Vince Williams, and Day'Ron Sharpe. Not too shabby. Actually feeling really good about that. So, hopefully this team is able to go from the 11th seed right now to the play-in, because we are at the point where we could be a play-in team this year. Proficiency jumps up to a 3.5. Could be a 4-star anywhere. We cannot. So, we'll leave it at 3.5. Hopefully this team can go make it far. 21-30. Would love to be a play-in team this year after the Jaren Jackson edition. We'll see how it goes. So off the bench, Dylan Harper actually gets Rookie of the Year, which is nice to see. So I think we've lucked out on really two good prospects after everything is all said and done. Our rookie first team, and just like that, we actually climbed in the playoff race, which is nice. We went from the 11th seed all the way to the 6th seed. So very optimistic about this franchise being able to be very good next year, which is awesome. We get Cleveland in round 1. The Cleveland, of course, they have Evan Mobley, Garland, Mitchell, everything you could possibly ask for. So this is going to be a tough series for us, but it would be awesome if we could find a way to win a series already in our first time being in the playoffs. Somebody current round, and we are going to be in an even series with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So there is a chance we can come out here and upset the Cavs. I mean, we have a chance here. We're right behind them, but it looks like they're going to beat us in this game 5, which is obviously pretty important. Now we're going to a game 6. This one will be in Brooklyn this time. Let's see if we can take care of home court advantage. Of course, we're still somewhat of a young team. I got a few rookies here. I mean, we got a rookie starting at small forward, so I'm pretty happy with the results no matter what. It does suck. We got really close to potentially upsetting the Cavaliers, but not quite there. But hey, we took a massive step by just making the playoffs and pushing the Cavs, who made it all the way to the finals. We pushed them to 6. We have to feel pretty good about that. So player retirements, Chris Paul retiring, not on a team, unfortunately for him. Lowry time, of course, we traded a lot of our draft picks, but we are going to have, I believe, our pick 20. Yeah, pick 20. I'll probably just let the CPU draft. I have my rotation, I think, set. I'm ready to keep rolling. I'm just looking forward to player progression at this point. So it's going to go straight past the draft. We're going to go to rookie signing and take, sign whoever they take for us. So we got Killian Anthony, which I believe, isn't that Carmelo Anthony's son, or am I stupid? I could be dumb. I don't remember. Player options, we're going to accept all those. We have any important free agents to worry about? Nobody. So yeah, everyone's locked up, which is awesome. At least I think they are. And yeah, everyone's locked up. So we get to run it back. Not having to worry about anything. We'd actually sign another good player as well if we want to. Is it necessary to do so? No. I think we have a pretty good rotation. So I'm not going to sign a single player in free agency. I'm really looking forward to what player progression does, because player progression should be huge. We should have a lot of progression on our side. Nikola, Dylan Harper, like these guys should be going up like crazy. Let's see. So yeah, 87 Nikola, 83 Dylan Harper, 81 Edgecombe, 79. So yeah, all looking fantastic. Clowney, Booker, even up down here. Very good. Jalen Green's all the way up to a 90 as well. So yeah, this is looking pretty damn good. I honestly think we could be sneaky contenders next year. I really do. We pushed the Cavs to 6, who won the championship. Powell's gonna let us all the way at 7. We're up to a 4-star finally. So Nikola, Jalen Green, Edgecombe, Jaren Jackson, Claxton, Dylan Harper, Cam Thomas, Day'Ron Sharpe, and Dariq Whitehead. Hopefully this team can go all the way and make the playoffs again. Maybe even be a top 3 seed this year. What a beautiful regular season we just had. 61-21. I had a feeling it'd be sneaky contenders. I just didn't know it'd be this good. 61-21. I'm not too surprised though, I guess, just because of how young our team is. Obviously young teams are beloved in 2K. And yeah, we have a pretty solid squad. So let's take a look at the player stats. We had 23 from Jalen Green, 19 from Nikola Topic, 17 from Cameron Thomas, 16 from Jaren Jackson, 16 from Harper, and 13 from VJ Edgecombe. So do we go win a championship this year? I'm not sure. I feel like there's a good chance we get upset by somebody. Ben Simmons is back in Philadelphia. Oh my gosh. It'd be probably a cold day in hell before that happened. Yeah, I don't think that would ever happen ever again, obviously. But you never know. I never thought Beverly and Russ would be teammates, or Beverly and Dame would be teammates. But I think Simmons back to Philly is a totally different story. Somebody occur around against Philadelphia, and we are going to beat them in 5. So we're off to a great start. Now we get the Pacers. Have Halliburton, Nembhard, Aaron Nesmith, Jarris Walker, Miles Turner, Malachi Branham. Pretty solid team in Indiana. They still have Cameron Johnson as well, who we gave them earlier. Let's see if we can beat them. Somebody current round, and we are going to sweep them. So we're off to a great start. So far, we've absolutely dominated the East. We either get an 8-seeded Nuggets team or 6-seeded San Antonio Spurs team, as long, of course, we beat the Hawks, who no longer have Trae Young. They have Josh Giddey instead, and Mikal Bridges. Mikal went to Atlanta. Solid team in Atlanta. This team could beat us for sure. We'll see how it goes. I find it interesting Josh Giddey's coming off the bench for Kobe Buffkin, but whatever. Somebody current round against them. 2-1 lead so far. 3-1. And can we beat them in 5 and 6? Yes, we can. We're in the finals. Let's go. Okay. Now we get a 6-seeded Spurs team or an 8-seeded Nuggets team. We get the Spurs. Okay. So Victor Wembanyama, of course, never an easy task. But outside of Wemby, this team... Oh, they have Kyrie. They have Kyrie Irving. So I'll definitely take note of that. I would say, outside of Wemby, this team ain't that terrifying. But they do have Kyrie, which is definitely nasty. But here we go. Game 1. 1-0. We absolutely obliterated them. We blew them out. I mean, we have the size to deal with Wemby, I think. With Claxton and Jaren Jackson in the front court. Definitely think we got the size to deal with them. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. We might lose. Okay. They want to start Tariq Whitehead, which is interesting. All right. Let's simcast game 4. Let's not go down 3-1 to Wembanyama and the Spurs. I think that's a death sentence. So can we come back and win this game? No. We're going to go down 3-1. So... definitely think our chances of winning this series are probably over. Maybe we come back from 3-1. I'm going to shrink this to an 8-man rotation, all backs against the wall. Everything we can do to try to come back in the series, we'll try. So this one's looking good, but they might come back, and we are going to beat them. So one game at a time mentality. If we win this game 6, you never know what can happen. They want to start Tariq Whitehead again. Game 6 and San Antonio. If we can win this one and push them back to Brooklyn, I mean, all bets are off. Anything is possible. So this one's looking okay. Can we do it? Game 7. We're blowing them out right now. We have a 14-point lead with 6 minutes left. Of course, we could blow this, and then it won't matter. But right now, it looks like we're going to a Game 7. So Game 7, we'll be back in Brooklyn. All right. I will absolutely take that after being down 3-1. Let's go. Okay. They want to start Tariq Whitehead still. Game 7 in Brooklyn. Let's see if we can come out here and, come back from 3-1 and complete this comeback. And so far, it's looking beautiful. We're absolutely blowing them the hell out, which is awesome. Let's go, baby. Let's go, man. After down 3-1 to the Spurs, we come out here and win this game. Let's jump in from celebratory gameplay. I'm feeling good about what we were able to accomplish. I mean, I think we put together a pretty good squad around Jalen Green. And the best part is I believe he was still our best scorer throughout the video, which is nice. We get a 3? Yes, we do. Let's go. 92-126. Nikola with a 3. Love to see it. Now I get Dennis Schroeder coming. Obviously used to play for us as well. So let's see what he's going to do. He's going to give it to... I don't even know how to say that last name, to be completely honest with you. He's going to give it back to JRE, and he is going to hit the 3. All right. Fair enough. 95-120. Thankfully, this is a blowout, so I don't have to sweat anything here. We're just having fun at this point. Let me cook with Cam Thomas. They actually... Oh, that release was a lot slower than I expected to be. I was going to say, they were giving me a lot of space there, but that was a really slow release. Definitely going to take note of that. Wembanyama. Ooh, what a pass. Nice defense, though. They get the rebound back. Good defense again, but Schroeder's going to make it. All right, fair enough. 107 left on the clock. Let's see if I can get some redemption. Man, look at all the guards we have in the court. We have Jalen Green. This is a 4-guard lineup with Claxton. Although, Nicola's pretty tall. Dylan Harper, I believe, is pretty tall as well. Can I get a lob going here? Yes, we can. Let's get it. 97-128. Claxton with the alley-oop. Boom. Love to see it. All right, let's go ahead and keep this going. Schroeder going to handle the ball. Let's see what he's going to do with it. I'm going to try to play some lockdown defense. Schroeder's going to take me to the rack. I'm going to say no, deny. And we played good defense until the very end. 99-128. Schroeder got me. Fair enough. All right. 3-point percentages down the board, by the way, look phenomenal. Love to see that. Can I hit Cam Thomas for a nice little... This time, that was a little bit better of a release, but nothing good. So, didn't make that one. All good. I mean, we won the game. That's all that truly matters. Dennis Schroeder, nice cut. I believe that's Ian Jackson. Nice cut. 24 seconds left. We could just hold the ball and call it a day because we're about to win this championship, which is nice. Celebrating it in front of our home fans, which is awesome. But you know me, I would love to get one more highlight off. So let's go ahead and see what I can do. Cam Thomas is actually giving me a screen. Love to see it. All right. Ooh, we got a wide open Jalen Green in the corner. That's a splash. Let's get it. I loved that release. That felt good. That is going to end it off there, man. We're about to see the celebration. Once again, you guys already know what we're about to see. Someone's going to be celebrating with us. Hopefully it's Wembanyama. Can Wemby be the one that celebrates with us? Because we know that glitch is probably about to happen. Let's see who it is. We won a championship, though. Love to see it. And it is going to be... Is there anyone to be celebrating with us? Did they fix it? Probably not. Oh, wow. No one is. This time, no glitches. Jalen Green and the Nets win a championship. Guys, if the Nets really had a chance to get Jalen Green and their picks back, and they said no, they're morons. Just saying right now. Also, flashback, throwback to the offseason, there was rumors that the Blazers were offering, again, I don't know how true this is, they were offering Anthony Simons and pick 3 for Mikal. I know Scoot hasn't been like that great this year, but I think I'd still rather have the ceiling of Scoot than Mikal Bridges, but I don't know. And then Anthony Simons as well on top of that, but whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching as always. I will see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.